So here we are. We've made it through the first weekend of our shelter-in-place order here in Monterey, and I continue to be really grateful for our local politicians, our county commissioners who got out ahead of this thing and gave us a shelter-in-place order before we even had a single case diagnosed or confirmed in Monterey. Our cases of folks who have come down with COVID remain remarkably low given the rate of transmission that we're seeing in other places. So I give thanks for that. And I give thanks to all of you out there who have decided to stay home, that you're smart enough to stay home and maintain social distancing. Good job getting that right. Today's been an interesting day. I had to go out to the pharmacy to find some insulin. I had to get to the second pharmacy before I found any. It turns out they had some. It was back in their warehouse. They had to go find it. Just shipping issues because of the pandemic are making even basic things. You got to think ahead a little bit on them to make sure you're timely. But after that, I went over to the church, to the fellowship hall. I was able to restock the bathroom products for the homeless men of the iHelp program who are staying with us for the duration of this shelter-in-place program. One of the great things about being at the church is there's really no shortage of paper products. It's not Hunger Games for them trying to find toilet paper. We're able to keep them well stocked. And the people have been bringing food to them every night and providing for their dinners and their breakfasts. It's been a really good thing. Of course, was heartbroken yesterday to not be able to be in church with Pastor Katie on her last Sunday. She live streamed from her phone in the sanctuary all by herself, but she really wasn't, right? Because if I'm reading the statistics right, close to 200 people have viewed that video. As I was watching, 100 people were live as it was going on. So we weren't alone, were we? We were together, even if virtually, and I think that counts. I think that matters. It was a good thing. We're looking on how to do some of that this Sunday, maybe incorporate some new things, some different kinds of music even maybe. So join us at 10 a.m. on Sunday for that video. It'll be on Facebook Live, definitely, but maybe even on YouTube. Today's lectionary reading, at least the epistle reading, is from the Apostle Paul's letter to the church at Corinth, his first letter anyway. It's from the 10th chapter. I'm not going to read the whole thing because the daily lectionary readings are actually really pretty long. I'm just going to read a little bit of it. Listen to Paul's word here in his first letter to the church at Corinth. He writes, "All things are lawful, but not all things are beneficial. All things are lawful, but not all things build up. Don't seek your own advantage, but that of the other. Eat whatever is sold in the meat market without raising any question on the ground of conscience. For the earth, as it is written, and its fullness are the Lord's. If an unbeliever invites you to a meal and you're disposed to go, eat whatever's set before you without raising any question on the grounds of conscience. If someone says to you, 'This has been offered in sacrifices,' then do not eat it, out of consideration for the one who informed you and for the sake of conscience. I mean, the other person's conscience, not your own. For why should my liberty be subject to the judgment of someone else's conscience? If I partake with thankfulness, why should I be denounced because of that for which I give thanks? So whether you eat or drink or whatever you do everything for the glory of God." Paul's words here, I think, are pretty standard fare. I think most religions around the world, you would find similar sentiment. And it is really a message of selflessness. It is a message about taking the time to consider what the other person needs first, to consider what would be beneficial for the other person first. We do a lot of standing on our rights, especially in American culture. We talk about our rights and what we have a right to. And we don't often talk about what our responsibilities are, our responsibilities for our fellow citizens and our responsibility for the circumstances going on around us. Too often it's only about me and what I need and what I can get, especially in a moment of pandemic when we might be given over to a theology of scarcity. But what we want to have, what Christ calls us to, what Paul is talking about, is a theology of abundance, where we realize that there really is enough if we share, where we consider that what other people need might be more important than what I need in this moment, or we should at least consider that and try to work that out. That's important in this moment. People are hoarding things, and therefore others are going without. I heard one mother bemoaning the fact that people are without babies are hoarding baby wipes. So families who have babies, they got nothing. They're having to just figure it out with the most basic supplies, when it should be really easy for them to go in and get something that they need. If you don't need baby wipes, don't grab them, right? And probably you have enough toilet paper by now to last you through Armageddon, right? So the next time the shelves are stocked up, let someone else grab a pack. Think about the other person first. It might be lawful for you to grab your one roll, but would it be beneficial for the other person? It might be lawful, but would it help build the other person up? Would it help relieve the pressure and the tension of the community, or would it just be good for you for a moment? I don't know. It's something I'm thinking about right now. I think it's important in this moment to think about the other person first. It's easy to think about the other person first when everything is going great for you. In these moments, when it's a little more scary and we're not quite sure, it might take a little more effort. But I'm pretty sure it's worth it. All things are lawful. Not all things are beneficial or will build up. Find the thing that's beneficial. Find the thing that will build others up. Remember that you are a child of the covenant, sealed in the Holy Spirit, marked as Christ's own forever. Trust in the Lord. Believe the science. Wash your hands.